Hi Aries, welcome to Lily Light Tarot. We're going to go ahead and expand on your intuitive message that you need to hear at this particular moment in your path. So let's go ahead and begin opening up here with the energies. We're going to pull different ones as you're all different personality types with different goals and life purpose. So right off, we are starting with the Two of Wands. The supporting energy is showing the Nine of Hearts. So let's get some clarifiers here. Now, the Two of Wands is showing that you're in a crossroad, but the decision that you are going to be landing on, is going to, wow, okay, yeah. Okay, so the decision that you are going to come across is ultimately leading you to more happiness. So sometimes it's nice to just stop, reflect, and, think strategically about how you are going to take on the new course, take on the new path. But I'm excited for you here, Aries, because it looks like you are taking matters into your own hands. The energies are revealing that it's time to step into the new. It's time to make some changes in your life, because these changes are going to ultimately change your direction, change your path, change how your future is going to look. And it's also encouraging you to let go of the uncertainty, let go of something that may be unstable in your life right now. Because there's a lot of frustration, doubt, insecurity too, kind of weighing in this energy here for you, Aries. So the cards are showing that it's going to be best for you to walk away and step into something a lot bigger and brighter as we transition with the Wheel of Fortune. So this is looking very, very beautiful. Again, I'm going to pull different energies here for you, but that's just one of the messages that are coming through. Look at this. Yeah. The Nine of Swords is coming in, showing that it's natural to have stress. It's natural to have worries and doubts, especially when you are taking on a new path, especially when you are looking to leave in this particular area that you may have been in for so long. Because I see 6 swords. There's a lot of mental investments in here, a lot of emotions and feelings, but ultimately, what is best for you is getting that rest, getting that reassurance, getting away from things that aren't good for your mental health, Aries. So that is why we see you seeking the different routes, the different path, and the Nine of Hearts. It's saying that you are going to be happier and fulfilled once you look beyond the horizon here. Look at this, the moon, yeah. Although the path isn't revealed at this particular time, and it can be a little stressful, especially when you are, when you feel like you are just crawling around in the dark, or when you feel like you are left out in the dark to fend for yourself, or to kind of get the pieces together yourself. Even though you may be walking alone, or you may be walking in uncertainty, the moon is still, for your reading here, Aries, the moon is still illuminating some part of the way. You aren't in pitch black, okay? The moon is still there, revealing that little bit of path that you need to pursue, that you need to walk on. So even though the whole journey isn't revealed, what's important at this time in your message is that you look and you take one step ahead, okay? Even though you can't see the full picture ahead, you see the light. You see that something is illuminated, encouraging you to at least take that step forward and to not feel like you're being stuck, okay? So just because you can't see the full path ahead, what's important is that at least you know there's a path, okay? So the next message here for you, Aries, let's see. We are looking at the Hierophant. Okay, and then the supporting energy. We see the seven of Wands. So the Hierophant, this card is a reflection of some higher knowing. Intuitively, we see that you are going to be led into a higher purpose. Now, this purpose that you come across, Aries, it's something that you are going to recognize as valuable and as needed for your journey. Because the Seven of Wands, this person, This is a reflection of you at this time. Like, you're a warrior, but you're also standing up for yourself. So there is some type of knowing or information that you know is like worth standing up for, worth defending, worth sticking up to. So let's get some clarifiers here, but it's like you're not going to back down. And possibly we see here, now that you have some type of information, now that you have kind of like the keys to this path, it's like, why would you turn around? And something may be trying to block you, or someone may be trying to block your advancements, your opportunity, or even you trying to leave. And you're like, no, I'm going to go through it. It's like you're not going to be intimidated by others or energies. Okay. Just like with this here, you're not going to be intimidated by the unknown. Same with the moon. You're not going to be intimidated by the dark. You are going to, you have your own light right here. You have your own light, and you don't need anyone else's to get through where you are trying to go. So let me just push these up here. Oh my gosh, look at this. The King of Wands. Okay, so we see some type of loyalty coming through, and this energy here for you, Aries, is you're going to be loyal to this idea, this challenge, this new path, this journey. Look at this, 2 of Swords. Wow, change is definitely coming in. And with the King of Wands supporting this energy, we see, let me prop this up here for you. I really like this king because he's very strong, and it's almost like there's a sense of commitment. Yeah. You see, okay, right here, we see how he kind of has like this little stick. I don't know if you can see. He has his own little wand that's on fire, okay? Even though it may be small, it's like passionate. It's all it needs to get through in this this challenge, this obstacle. But as we look at this transformative energy with the King of Wands, a lot of you are going to really support and stand behind this information that you come across. So this knowing, there's this intuitive knowing that you're going to come across, or that you even feel right now. It's like, okay, you know that there is something that you need to do, or something that needs to be acted upon or finished, and you're kind of like sticking to those solid grounds. Because notice this, Aries, look at this king. He is on solid foundation. Okay, he's not here on the dirt. He's on this solid foundation here with his throne, with his wand. And although the wand is grounded to the dirt, mentally, the king, he knows that wherever he is going to be planted, wherever he is going to be positioned, it's going to be like, not, I don't want to say like forever, but it's going to be long term, basically. Like, this foundation is not going to sink. Okay, it is strong, it is sturdy. Now, this part could have been quicksand, but because he's built on this secure foundation, it's not going anywhere. So this decision for you to move on, to advance, or to pursue something else, it's showing that you need to be like this king. Okay, be loyal to yourself, be loyal to what you are sticking to, kind of like sticking to your guns almost, because there's like this strong energy of commitment. Okay, when we see the 2 of Swords, this is also just tapping into your intuition. It's kind of tying in with your Hierophant energy. Listen to your intuition, and also recognize that when we look with the 2s, okay, we saw the, did I see right here, the 2 of Wands, and now we're looking at the 2 of Swords. So we see that you are going to come across choices, and these choices, they may be weighing heavy on you, but remember that sometimes it's best to be flexible. It's best to be flexible in your approach. And that's what both of these energies carry. Even though things are pinned against him, okay? Could be the energies, could be the forces, right? He's flexible with his strategy. He can jump over this, he can go across, he can duck and dodge, he can, roll deck. And same with the king. Even though the king is grounded in his positioning, in his power, he's still flexible with the approach. I like the King of Wands because with his wand, with his expansive thought process, he's open to different ideas, he's open to different techniques, because this staff here is like a magical wand. It can change, it can transform. So you can change the situation, you can change your path, you can also change the course that you decide to take and how you're going to take that. Okay, which resources are you going to use to get you through this obstacle? Maybe instead of going on foot, you're going to drive. Instead of driving, you're going to fly. You know, even with when it comes to your business, your relationships, your approach can be different. So the energies are showing here, your message: be adaptable. Being flexible is also key. And yeah, there's looks like there's multiple things coming in here for you, multiple changes and things that you're going to have to think about. Okay. Oh, sorry. Look at this King of Pentacles coming in strong. And then let's get this supporting energy. We see, oh my gosh, Two of Pentacles. Aries, this is so crazy because, yeah. Okay, this is just confirmation that change is on its way, because now we're looking at triple twos. Two of Swords, Two of Pentacles. We saw the Two of Wands. So let's just expand on here. I'm so excited because there, you know, the King of Pentacles, because he kind of was partnering here with the King of Wands. So not only do we have the wand energy coming in, we have the King of Pentacles. The supporting energy with your Two of Pentacles. This is just confirming what I just said. Being flexible with the approach. You know, there, and in this situation for you, Aries, it's encouraging you to work on different things, work on different approaches, different situations, basically not putting your eggs into one basket. Because look at these pentacle energies. Okay, you notice here they have this thread. It represents like the figure 8 or also the infinity sign. So constantly putting things into motion. Okay, when you put things into motion, they move. And in return, as that movement goes, you see progress. You see things coming out as a result of this. Also, when we look at the snake is here symbolizing the shedding, the release. So although you may be shedding the old you or shedding just even things in your life, what's important is that you move. In order for the snake to shed its skin, right, it has to kind of like wiggle. It has to wiggle and release that old self. So although things are changing in your life, the cards are saying don't stop. That doesn't mean you have to stop. That doesn't mean anything has to be put on hold. If anything, especially when we see the King of Pentacles, we look at long term. If you want something in the long term, if you want this long-term goal to come to life, if you want this long-term happiness or even stability, okay, because the King of Pentacles, he's all about investments. Okay, you are the cards here are showing that there is this invested energy coming through. So if you are trying to be like the king and use your resources to invest in this project, your career, even yourself, or when it comes to investing in your house or your relationship, what's important is that you are putting different things into works. Okay, maybe looking at a side hustle in your main job, looking at maybe enhancing yourself, your skills, but also seeing how you can apply those skills maybe in a different job, in a different area. Always looking into higher education or training, right? Just because you know one field doesn't mean you can't be curious about something else, especially when we look at love. Yes, you could be investing in your partner and you are there as a dedicated lover, but what about you? You can't neglect your family, you can't neglect your kids, you can't neglect your priorities. So this card is very, very powerful, Aries, because it's showing not only loyalty and dedication to this path that's coming across, but also investing in yourself, investing in this goal. Okay, and in order to invest, you have to put in money, you have to put in time, you have to put in energy. So this is here saying, making sure that you keep that energy going and flowing. Don't stop. Just because you're in a relationship doesn't mean you stop taking care of yourself or stop loving yourself. Just because you have kids doesn't mean you stop being, a lover to your partner. Or even just because you are in a relationship doesn't mean you have to stop your creative pursuits or your goals or even being a student. Okay, you don't have to let go of your dreams, are what the cards are really saying here. But definitely take the time to reconfigure some things and adapt, and try not to resist this, okay? Because if this band here, we'll just pretend it's like a rubber band or things in motion. If this locks in, or if it stops, right, the band is going to break and things are going to separate and split. So it won't move as fluidly or as easily as you would like. So holding your ground, even during stressful times and doubtful times, is going to be key too. This is another message. Make sure, because both of these kings, they go through war, they go through challenges, they go through people possibly trying to dethrone them. But what's important is holding that confidence and knowing the vision. Ultimately, look at these kings. They know, they see the path ahead, and they know what it is that needs to be accomplished, their purpose, right? So stand strong. And we see that managing stress, because we see the sword energy, this the Nine of Swords with your Two of Swords too. Knowing how to manage stress and releasing fear that may be holding you back, especially from your growth, releasing that is going to be key. So that is a message that you need to hear here, okay, Aries? Release the fear that's holding you back from your growth. I mean, if the king was afraid, if he was afraid, he'd always be a page or he'd always be a knight, right? But you have to take on the challenges to transform. Oh, both of these cards flipped through here. Interesting. Wow, look at this. The 10 of Cups. So yes, you're going to be happier once you step into making moves. Okay, the king is also, especially when we talk about a strategy. I see this King of Pentacles for you, Aries, as like when we think of chess. Okay, some of you may be chess players. Think about the king. You have to protect the king at all costs. So look at this as like your assets, your happiness, your job, your career, your skills. You are the king. What do you need to do to protect yourself, to protect your future? Okay, you have to make moves, just like chess. You have to make moves, and you have to put pieces into play. Now, making those moves also comes in with, a new path. Now we saw that here with the King of Wands. Some of you may feel like you have to stick to this one goal or this one route, right? But the Six of Swords here was encouraging you. Okay, there are different paths. You don't have to keep following the same path in order to get these results, different results, right? You have to possibly look at your map. Okay, we see the Wheel of Fortune. It could be a new map coming in, a new path, typing in new GPS code, but look at a different scenery. Look at a different route, especially when we saw the Two of Wands coming through. Look to explore. There is something bigger out there, and it may require a little bit of a creative spin. But it's also, I apologize for my dog there, but also making sure that you stay balanced too, not overloading yourself. Notice these two pentacles, they are evenly distributed here. Not one is bigger than the other. So making sure that you are not putting too much into one basket where you don't have enough to put in the other, okay? So we see that balance coming through, but the happiness is here. The Nine of Cups is showing that ultimately, Aries, there's a lot of happiness coming in. I'm so excited. So much happiness. So this message is here to represent the flexible approach that needs to be taken at this time. And look at this. We see double Hierophant with your Seven of Swords. Double Hierophant energy is coming in here because we saw it right here. So, okay, keep an open mind to how news comes to you or how new strategies. This is tapping into like double wisdom. So you could be learning something, but this is also you tapping into a different, I want to say, not identity, but it's almost like, when you know like a secret or some type of information, you almost feel like you see the world with like a different lens, right? Like if you were at work and you knew something that not everyone knew, or if you just found out a secret about a relationship, or even like a business strategy. It's like, okay, there's this key that you hold that can unlock this path for others to benefit from. Right? This is also the power of the king. The king has certain resources, certain information, certain tools and networks that not everyone has access to. So use those resources to your advantage here, Aries, especially because now that the double Hierophant energy is coming in, we could be looking at your spirituality is enhancing. You may be receiving messages too from the universe, spirit guides, your angels. So really tap into that. See what signs keep reappearing, because that could lead you out of the dark, especially when there is confusion coming into play and you are looking for a sign, you are looking for some messages. It looks like they are going to be coming out. They are going to be revealed, and they may assist in this path for you. Now, the Seven of Swords is also showing that you may be leaving with some information too. So what have you learned in the past? Who have you benefited from? Maybe a past business, a past career, or even a past partner or relationship. We look at business too, maybe schooling. Using what you have learned from the past to carry on with your future could land you in this higher role, this higher positioning, this higher, this elevated journey, because now you are like kind of above where you're at. You're rising above the ranks here, Aries, and I'm really excited because, again, standing your ground and sticking through it is going to lead you to where you're trying to go, especially when we look at the security of your family, your future, and even like your purpose. Some of you may be feeling lost or confused about what it is that you are trying to do. You feel like you're lost in the dark, right? You don't know which path to go, left or right. But some of you are so caught up with the left or the right, you're not even thinking to look ahead. There's actually 3 paths. You don't want to look behind you is what you don't want to do, especially when we see the Seven of Swords. Don't let the past hold you back. Just take what you've learned and keep moving forward. But these energies here, especially with the King of Wands, Aries, this is a strong message, okay? So make moves to get your desired outcome and take matters into your own hands. Stay loyal and firm and committed to this journey, to this plan. Maybe being open to multiple approaches. Multitasking too could enhance the change that we see, but keep the wheels turning, okay? You need to keep that middle balance, but keep this idea, keep the motion going. Don't stop. Don't put things on pause for too long, because the King of Pentacles is all about investments, right? We got to see the compound interest. We got to see things multiplying and growing. So whether it's your business, your education, your advancements in your career, you got to keep growing. You got to keep going. So, but there's definitely a new job or financial situation in motion, okay? Things are coming into your near path. So keep an eye out for that and try not to resist the change that is coming, the change that's inevitable. Yeah, it's coming. It's definitely coming. And this is definitely encouraging you to be, again, approachable and flexible. So shedding the old, but just like the snake cannot prevent the shedding of its old self. It's going to come. It's a matter of if you are just going to accept it, okay? Like the Hierophant, it's going to come. But will you be willing to embrace the change that is going to be upon you? So that is the message. This is a very important message that you need to hear at this time. Wow. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this. We definitely see wishes are going to be coming true, especially with the world, the Wheel of Fortune, and this beautiful abundant 10 of Cups. So you're going to get what you want, but be careful what you ask for, because it may require you to make a little bit of a sacrifice, and it may require you to, again, put your hands into different pots and learning how to multitask. But I'm excited to see what the upcoming months are going to hold for you, Aries. Until then, stay well, be blessed, and I will see you in the next video.